Welcome, friends. Today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic. I think many of you will not be aware of it, and which is going to be significant from the point of view of executing the strategy which I laid out yesterday in my note. So, if you look at this note, you will see the strategy of Bharti's blueprint for standalone 5G deployment, where I spoke about Bharti acquiring additional 10 megahertz oblique 5 megahertz of spectrum in the 800 megahertz band along with the 900 megahertz spectrum, so that they can create a strategy of utilizing spectrum for both 4G as well as 5G. You can look at this note and you can see how the strategy has been spelled out, right? This is the note, right? Now, why I am doing this video is that you will find that the way the auction rules are structured, it will be extremely difficult for Bharti to get additional spectrum in 800 megahertz band to the requirement that it wants. You will be highly surprised to hear this, what I am talking about, but I will lay out a example which I have followed, because I have followed auctions very closely. I have gone round by round, each and every auction I have closely followed, analyzed, and I'll give you an example of 2015 auction, what happened and why. Because of the auction rules, Tata actually outbid Reliance, and Reliance got so frustrated that actually it kind of disturbed the overall outcome of the auction, right? Now, before I show you the simulation, I will like to spell out the rules, which is going to be important for the bidding strategy that the operators have to follow. Now, if you look at the 800 megahertz band, there is a block size which has been specified, which is 1.25 megahertz, and an existing licensee who has already spectrum in that particular band, right, can bid only one block. That's the minimum quantum of bid. He can bid, he or she can bid more than one block or 1.25 megahertz, but minimum he or she has to bid one block. That's the minimum criteria, right? However, a new entrant who doesn't have any allocation in that particular circle, means there is no existing spectrum available in that particular circle, has to bid minimum 5 megahertz. If 5 megahertz is available, means 4 blocks of 1.25, or 3.75 if 3.75 is available minimum, or 2.5 if 2. So maximum block, if it is more than 5, let's say 10 megahertz, then he can bid 5. If it is less than 5 and 3.75, then he has to bid full 3.75. If it is less than 3.75, that is 2.5 megahertz, then he has to bid 2.5, right? Like that. So you understand? So the new player doesn't have a capability to bid one slot. He can only bid a bulk of blocks, which is going to be 5 if spectrum available is more than 5 megahertz, or lower depending upon how much quantum of spectrum is available. This is a very, very important rule, by the way. This rule is going to change the dynamics of the auction, and it changed the dynamics of the auction in 2015, which I'm going to run a simulation and show you what happened. Now, this is the simulation which I created in Tableau, and I'm going to show you what happened, right, in 2015 auction. So, what the simulation basically talks about is, so I will basically start with round number 1, clock round 1. You know how the auctions are run, right? In this auction, 2015 auction, how many clock rounds were there? Total, there were 115 clock rounds. So, I'm going to start the simulation with clock round number 1. Okay, and I start round number 1. Now, in the picture before you, you will find that there are two different blocks. The top block is for 800 megahertz and the bottom is for 900 megahertz. Now, since it's a simultaneous bidding, everybody has to bid simultaneously. That is, they can switch their points between circles and between bands, right? Now, I only picked AP, Delhi and Maharashtra for the 800 megahertz. I have picked only Rajasthan, UP East and UP West for the 900 megahertz band, and all the operators who participated in the bidding process, the relevant operators have been picked, right? And this is where the round number is, and this is where going to be the rate, means the existing auction rate at which the spectrum value increases will be laid out here as the round progresses. Okay. And every block that you see in front of you is going to contain data about bidding activity of the operator. Means if you look at this particular round, the round number 1, in Maharashtra, Bharti bid for 800 megahertz band. How many slots it basically bid? 3 slots of 1.25 megahertz. And then how many got allocated? 3 slots of 1.25 megahertz, which means 3.75 megahertz. And then the total number of value that, it is on the table as far as Bharti is concerned is 1,271 crore. Similarly, in Rajasthan, it started with 31 slots. Each slot is of how much? 0.2 megahertz, right? So it bid 31 slots, it got 31 slots, and the value on the table is this. Similarly, Reliance Jio started with 25 slots. 25 slots means 5 megahertz, right? So 5 megahertz it bid in all the circles. So in round number 1, the snap is very clearly available before you, who bid what. You will be finding it very strange that some of the operators who had no interest in 900 megahertz actually started their bid. For example, Reliance bid 5 megahertz in all the circles. Tata bid 5 megahertz in all the circles. There was no interest in 900 megahertz band as far as Reliance is concerned, but they bid, right? Similarly, Bharti didn't had any interest in 800 megahertz, but they bid. Now, this is very strange. Then why people are bidding in circles where they have no interest? It is basically with the intent to park their points. Because if they bid in their own circle, where their interest is, by bidding in their own circle, they will escalate the price of their circle, and therefore it is better to bid in somebody else's circles so that they can park their points, because otherwise the points will get exhausted and they will lose their capability to bid. As time progresses and more rounds are announced by the auctioneer, so therefore they bid in each other's interest of circles in order to save their point. So it is not that they want to raise the price. That is a secondary outcome, that if you bid in somebody else's circle, the price will increase. However, by doing so, you prevent the price increase on your own circle. That's the reason people bid. Now, if I run the simulation, you will find a very strange, and you have to basically focus your attention in this block, these red circles, which I am showing, because here you will find very strange thing is going to happen. What will happen? And let me tell you, because the simulation is going to run fast, and you may lose the action. Tata is going to bid less than number of slots which Reliance is allowed to bid, because in 800 megahertz, AP had 5 slots of 1.25, means 6.25 megahertz of spectrum was available in AP for winners to take. Similarly, in Delhi, there was 3 slots, means 3.75 megahertz. Maharashtra, it was 3 slots, 3.75 megahertz. Right? And these are not relevant, therefore I will discuss once it becomes relevant. But let's focus on 800 megahertz band, because there the action is going to be in the next auction as far as Bharti, which I speculated in my note. So when I run this, you will find that Tata was bidding less, and therefore the value on the table as far as Tata was concerned was much lower than what Reliance was putting on the table. So because Tata's was an existing licensee in that particular circle, so it was allowed to bid less, right? Reliance was a new entrant at the time when 2015 auction took place. So therefore they had to bid the maximum quantum of spectrum, like 6.25 means they have to bid at least 5, means 4 slots here, right? And in the rest of the circles they have to bid 3 slots at least. So you see that they are bidding 3 slots here, 4 slots here, and Tata is bidding sometimes 4, sometimes 3, sometimes 2, sometimes 1, which frustrated Reliance so much that in the flag end of the auction, they switched all their bids to 900 megahertz and jacked up these prices of Rajasthan, UP East and UP West to a level that it became equal to that of, almost close to that of Delhi and Mumbai. So you can imagine that how auctions actually can get distort the outcome of the auction. And therefore, writing the rules of auctions are extremely crucial. I do not know why people have not learned lessons from past auction, and they continue to write the similar rules which were written in past, which resulted in these kind of distortion. This should be rectified, right? Now we are a mature market. We should not be allowing people to bid in increments of 1.25, because that is basically going to create all these distortions which I am going to show you right in front of you. That is not the way the bidding should be structured. The auction rule should be changed now because of a mature market and given the amount of stake that is on ground. So let me run the simulation. I'll start the simulation by pressing this button. and I'm going to run a little slow. So you can see round number 2, right? Round number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all action is on 900 megahertz spectrum band right now. 10, 11. Now it is 800 start. See, Tata has started bidding 2 blocks and 885 crores, 14, 15, 16. And then now see, Reliance has started bidding. You see Reliance bidding. They're bidding 3 slots. Tata is bidding 2 slots here. Round number 18, 19, right? And then Tata is bidding here 4 slots, right? And Reliance has now started bidding 4 slots, and they will allocate 4 slots, right? So if you look at the value on the table as far as Reliance is concerned, you will always find that Reliance value will be substantially more. Though in the initial stages, Tata did bid 4 slots in order to try to get 5 megahertz. But later, you will find that they reduce this in AP. In rest of the circles, that they are already bidding 1 slot. See, here 1 slot, here 2 slots. And Reliance is bidding 3 slots. So look at the price increase, which is happening as far as Delhi is concerned. You see the AP's price is increasing, and the round number 42, 43, 40. So all the action is here, right, in 800 megahertz band. You can see that very clearly now. Now you understand, you can actually pause the video and slowly see what is going on. It will give you a very good insight what's going on. See 4 slots, 3 slots, and Tata is going less. So Tata's value on the table as far as the auction is concerned is lower than what Reliance value. And now, because we have got 10 megahertz spectrum in AP, and Reliance has got a capability to bid only 1.25 megahertz, and Bharti wants to get the full 10 megahertz, imagine the kind of disparity now it's going to happen. And therefore, with 1 slot, it will actually, Reliance has got the capability to prevent Bharti to take 10 megahertz of spectrum in AP, right? Because you just block 1, then that spectrum for AP, which is 10 megahertz, is of no use, because Bharti needs 10 megahertz in order to do 5G. It cannot satisfy itself with 8.75 megahertz of spectrum, right? Now see what is going on right now. Round number 78, 79, 80, 81. So all the action going on here, the price is increasing. Now you will see suddenly Reliance, because they got so frustrated that because of the unequal bidding, they will move their points to now Delhi. Now 900 megahertz. See, 900 megahertz they have started bidding from round number 90, and then you see how the price of 900 megahertz spectrum is increasing. Can you see that? Right? So all the points got shifted from AP, Delhi, and Maharashtra to Rajasthan, UP East, and UP West, and now Reliance is basically forcing the other operators, because their licenses were expiring, and they were forced to take spectrum in Rajasthan, UP East, and UP West to maintain continuity of their license, and see how the price is increasing of these circles. And now again they have gone back here, right? Again Reliance has gone back, and round number 15 the auction has ended. Can you see this now? How strange the situation is. And looking at this example which I showed you, you can imagine that what is going to happen, the possibility of what is going to happen in the 800 megahertz band. And I'm going to show you the 800 megahertz band so as to basically give you a picture as to what the scenario is in 800 megahertz band. Look at this 800 megahertz band. See, you have got 10 megahertz in AP, you have got 10 megahertz in Bihar, you have got 6.25 megahertz in Delhi. So each and every circle, if Reliance bids 1.25 megahertz, in Delhi, 1.25 is not going to be sufficient, because Bharti might need 5 megahertz, so they may not. 2.5 megahertz is required. But in most of the circles, if you see, in Maharashtra 1.25 is sufficient, because Bharti still needs the full 5 megahertz. MP, Bharti needs full 5 megahertz. Similarly, UP East, Bharti needs full 10 megahertz. So you can see how this particular situation can get played, and the example was right in front of us in 2015 auction. I showed you by looking at the by playing the simulation, and you can clearly see that it is impossible now for Bharti to basically take that spectrum. Very difficult. I will not say impossible. Very difficult, and very easy for a competitor to block. Because the competitor can put very less. 1.25 megahertz is nothing compared to 10 megahertz which Bharti had to acquire. And at the price, if you look at the price that that they had to pay, what is the price of 900 megahertz spectrum? Look at this AP. 800 megahertz spectrum. 288 crores per megahertz. So let's say if Reliance puts 288 crores, 288 multiplied by 1.25. So Reliance will put only 360 crores and Bharti needs to put how much? 2,880 crores to start with in order to get the full 10 megahertz. So this is where the problem is. I do not know why these rules do not get changed. I get sometimes frustrated because I have gone through each and every round of the each and every year of the auction, and I've seen this auction play out, and I find this distortion, and it really pains me because this spectrum will be otherwise lying waste. Nobody will be able to use this spectrum, the 800 megahertz spectrum, right? Reliance doesn't need the full block of spectrum. And 600 megahertz you don't release. So what is the point? That's what my point. I really feel very disgusted and pained. So anyway, I wanted to kind of lay this before you so that you guys understand, where I'm coming from. This has basically turned out to be a theoretical exercise, actually, to tell you, because I knew at the point when I was writing this article, and I wanted to do this video to show you that, how difficult it would be to execute this strategy. Anyway, thank you for your time. I'll come back to you with a new video next time. Thank you very much.